what happens to us as long as they have access to what we have. So what they needed to do is if they would get the oil and administer the oil appropriately for their own use and benefit, they need to get us locked up in a structure that would keep us dumb and restricted from saying some things we need to say. So they had to bring the concept of the amalgamation to keep us bound. As
fear projection, fear.
Yes, that would help us. Yes, that would help to instill that fear. Of course, the Bible says fear is a torment. So the concept of fear gives us, we have been locked up by that, and we have been put, under that strategy or that structure of amalgamation. So now, which means that as much as the interest or the basic interest is the oil and the money and the resources they want to get, they actually have made us products also of their desires. So when they made us individuals locked up in that forced amalgamation, they actually sold us as products.
Biafra.
So what they did, just like they have Shell and of course they were administering the oil, they needed to bring us together. So
because you said the link there.
Who serve their executive
because I don't want them to know I'm there, you understand? Just send the link.
Okay.
So using the share in that Royal Niger company,
and again what?
Regulating the oil, they use amalgamation in administering control over us. The business that controlling the resources, controlling the human resource control, natural resource control. The amalgamation was meant to control us in a business form.
No.
The use of shell,
I don't go online that much.
Which of course covers both the
later we go through that to see if there's anything.
Is needed to control the oil. So Britain kept us at the point of a business system where now we are people who are the products for business. We are products. As much as they take our oil and marketing us, they market us through the concept of the amalgamation is a business system.
AUTOPILOT
It's a structure like the Shell and others controlling the oil. To control us also, they needed to bring us with these people so that they can keep us at a point of restriction, so that we would also be controlled in terms of business. That's how we got here.
Yeah,
the problem.
Chris.
We have found ourselves
and one other guy.
Now, let me not go further because I know as we
247 Sonny,
we are
Chris,
being controlled
and the one other
business
person.
products as much as they are controlling our resources.
The before.
Thank you very much. Definitely, I will play our instrument because the topic we are handling today is something that needs to
make I share you the link.
Get inside your why we are giving ourselves time more than normal to digest the thing so that you go puncture somewhere. We want to make the thing puncture somewhere.
But this is the real cause of the problem. So everybody has to have patience with us.
Yeah, please. Make una get patient with us. We want to make the thing puncture one tire away somewhere so that you're gonna be out there to do.
They can even share this broadcast to Twitter, tag any person and let them know that we are awake. We are no longer slaves.
So, Marty 247, please, you have the mic.
Watch this.
Mike. Which mic? You give me mic. Go say make I talk. They tell me say you have the mic. Yeah. You see, they always talk when
you come the day here now. What I go say you open. Something like that.
Yeah, blessed, thank you. I'm fine now. I'm better. I'm great. Yeah, I'm well. So, when you want to talk about Nigeria, first of all, I want us to know that Nigeria is a project. project na handwork. Project na something where person don't manufacture or where see dey for man under process. So you go ask yourself, this project, whose project is it? Who get it? Written. You see, I used to tell us that Nigeria, sorry, just a moment. I used to tell us that Nigeria was not created because they just want a collective of people. No, Nigeria was formed just to protect something. And what is it that they want to protect? Oil. Finish. Anything in this life that will stop a drop of oil, that will reduce a drop from the normal flow that goes into Britain. Britain is ready to do anything. If it means human sacrifice, if it means whatever it would take. That was why they successfully cleared Mazen and Gallo. Under normal circumstances, listen, Britain don't joke with their national. Anybody with British tea, they don't joke. If you like, be America. If you like, be America. They will come there, come collect you. Not to talk of kidnapping the citizen, British citizen. Why are we talking about Nigeria? Nigeria is just a joke. When the British came, somebody was saying they are white. They are not white. They are swine-colored people. So when they came to Africa, they saw us, they monitored, they studied us, they studied Yoruba, they studied. And let me tell you the truth. Ask anybody, go back to history. Fulanese are not in the. Let's assume we want to divide or map out Nigeria. You have Hausas, you have Kanuri, Swan, you have Igbo, you have Calabar. There is no place, there is no space, there is no land map where you can group Fulanese into. So Fulanese were originally brought out from outside their creation, outside this their project they called Nigeria. They were brought into this their creation just to manage their creation, just to hold it for them. If you the same, what do you call it, B2B, waiting with the party name, LP, Labour Party, the same Labour Party of them is still the same Labour Party of today. What did they do yesterday? And what are they doing today? That is why when I tell us that these people are here to ruin us, and there's some foolish people like Zombitans will be out there telling you they want to take back what belongs to them. I wonder what belonged to them before that they want to now take it back. Nigeria was not yours. You have never been a Nigerian. Just like Mazen Nandikalo said, I played that video this morning. Nandikalo was asking, can you go to Britain and name Britain for them? Even to name a street in Britain, can you do that? They say no. Then why do you accept and don't want to kill me for something the British came here and created? If you look, the only problem we have is that we so now the only problem we have today is that the Britons are using our head. Whenever they found out that Mazisole Abarawa is the stubborn fly, they will do anything to remove it. That's why you see them using Kelechi today. That's why you see them using Abbas today, Abbas Mohammed today. they will use Abbas Mohammed to remove whoever and whatever like.
Maybe okay, let you.
No, this Abbas
Mohammed Abbas, yeah. Abbas, yeah.
No. So when they can't see anybody, see what they did to Juku. The same way they are still doing it. The same way they have done it to Ghana, and they are now ready to solve. They will continue doing it. Whoever stands on the way, had it not been that Simon is smart enough to destroy his passport, Nigerian passport, before the public, believe me, by now we might have been singing a different song. So when we are talking of Nigeria and the British interest, the only interest where British get from Nigeria is no other than what they have, what they gain. British is not interested in what you are, who you are, what you are going to be. British is only preserving and defending and protecting their interests and waiting with their interests. The oil in your own papa house. That is why when I see some people, they are gladly accepting the offer of being Megad in their own papa. Megad offers belong to them. They are. Listen, Nigeria is a joke, and Nigeria has not been existing, and Nigeria cannot exist, and Nigeria can never exist. Whoever believes Nigeria is going to work. I was watching something about P2B. They were asking P2B, do you believe in referendum? P2B said no. There were about 5 of them. They were discussing about referendum, and P2B was the only person there discussing restructuring. They were asking P2B, how can you restructure Nigeria? How are you going? My people, Nigeria no go work, and it will never work, and there is nothing go make Nigeria work. Listen, P2B cannot make Nigeria work. Labour Party cannot make Nigeria work. Labour Party is only an instrument to destroy Biafra, and we are not going to accept that. We are going to stand out where we stand, and there we will stand. Give it back until we get Biafra, until we get Biafra out. No retreat, no surrender. They will.
All right, thank you very much, Master Biko. I don't know if you have followed up the conversation from the background. Master Biko, were you following up? Did you pick something? Can you comment, or we wait? Oh, it's network just locked him out. Okay, sorry about that. So, BIAFRAN, what I have to say, because as I was reading, I was just going at a very fast pace so that we can go with time. Britain actually, with the aid of the Soviet Union, equipped the federal military of Nigeria with over 85,000 men. That is one role. Then you now hear that Biafran force under Lieutenant Colonel were what? In that time, they had to give up something to be able to get to fight them in their name. And yet, it wasn't easy for them.
I'm not to cut you off, sorry, my brother. You see, there's a comment by Blessing Odo. So why Omar Biko was left because he's part of them. Are you getting it? So it came in my mind from this comment. Thank you, right?
All right. Talking about Omar Biko. Omar Biko wasn't even a British citizen. Was not using a British passport. He was using his own country's passport. He intervened in Omar Biko's issue, because Omar Biko was not someone that was trying to take oil away from UK. Was not trying to stop gas away from UK. But because Martin Namdekan is like the Ojuku that they said here from the article we read, they said, let them map out a plan to take out Ojuku. Because Ojuku happens to be the ones that
I don't want people that will be coming to give you a headache.
The war that they didn't even fight on their own, they had to give them men and then still equip them again. Another thing we should also understand is that their interest of oil is not something that they are ready to stop. It's like when you tell them, stop this, your interest of oil in one Nigeria. It's like you're trying to remove bread from their mouth and then carry stone, blocking it. But the Biafran people are ready. At this very time, in this very century, in this very age that we are ready to use everything to make sure we send these criminals and these out of BIAFRALAND, because what we have is what God gave to us. They did not give it to us. So why they now live where they are to come and take what we have by fire, by force, by destroying everything?
I will use my other. If I use my other number, anytime all you just need to do is to say the word. Then
the decision for Britain and the Soviet Union to have supplied arms to Nigeria then was when it was very clear that these ammunitions were being used against the civilians. And then Aaron Wilson went into the agreement to also bring boats. This boat, which they brought in, this boat that they brought in 1967, was to make sure that they helped the federal government of Nigeria to maintain that sea blockade. That sea blockade that will stop the food supply from getting to the Biafra people, so that the civilians will die of hunger, while they continue to supply the Nigerian people that they have supplied them with the weapons to reinforce them for them to continue. What point are we making from this broadcast? Puncturing these wounds for you to understand what Britain did then and why we are telling you no election in Biafra. Thousands and many reasons why you don't need an election to continue, because if venture allows an election to continue, we are not going to see Biafra. We are not going to see another man that is ready to do everything that you don't think of and is behind bars now, to sacrifice everything. His parents died because of this war, and many of our men have died. And as we speak, children are being killed in one Nigeria because we are not just fighting the government. Biafrans are speaking for entirely oppressed in one Nigeria and also in entire Africa. Biafra is the light to every man. Because of our time, let us continue our reading. Mazio Biko, if your mind is okay and if your connection is stable now, let us know so that we give you time to comment, and we hope you have been following up so that when you want to comment, you can know where to comment. Can you speak now?
Okay, Arana, since it's not yet ready, I remember something, just give me 1 second, let me speak with you. All these people that are shouting.
Oh, you want cookie?
See, this British have two agendas in order to keep Nigeria still where we are. A very powerful two agendas. Number one is using OB to mobilize you, and the title is movement obedience. Simply means that as a slave, you have no right to do what? To speak. You have to read the handwriting on the wall. And secondly, in using the Fulanese to wage us on our own heritage. This is why we are making this broadcast, to open the eyes of our people, whether they want to hear about Biafra or not. This is a doom before who believe and who don't believe. So now it is all of us to believe, whether you be pastor or anything. Let us believe ourselves here and forget this Obi. Obi will not change the, I could say, the concept of Usman Danfodia. Obi also will not stop the business of British to run in Nigeria. That's why Biafra has to leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mazio Ubiko, if your mic is okay and your connection is stable now, you may ride on.
Yeah, thank you. Am I coming out well?
Very well, very well.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. You know, I've been battling to come up online. So, according to all that is going on, I've been following up. You know, all we have been discussing here is all about the divide and rule. You know, what Britain brought to us using the war with it, they came back again and they bring what they call this divide and rule. When you study the system of this divide and rule, you will see that the same divide and rule is inside us now. You know, as they go on, they remove Port Harcourt, they remove Edo, they remove every other part that made up Biafra, because they know how united Igbo people are and how united Biafrans are. They instill the strategy of divide and rule. When you see what they are doing today, they have infiltrated inside the family of IPOB, which Mazen Nnamdi is leading. How did they enter there? Through political solution. And after that, before all this thing is coming up, he came up and he said, there are now only the dots. Is it not only 5 states? And even inside that 5 states, they are inside them. And why did the Buhari make this statement? It was because they handed Orji Uzor Kalu, governor of Abia State, I think in 1999. What is the agreement they have then? It was only for Orji Uzor Kalu to hand them over Umunnochi, which is the center of the dot. That is where Ruga began to grow, the first place to legalize Ruga. And now you see how they have been growing up now, begin to divide the family through political solution. They impose command and control and the amnesty. And when you go back again, try to understand these people, you will get the real key from King James Version. You understand now? Because when Anglican remove themselves from Catholic Church, they remove all the important places in the Bible. Then they bring the Bible down to Nigeria and give them king of the former king of England. You know, they spread the news. The same divide and rule. But one good thing here is that after they have taken Nnamdi Kanu away, God raised another person who is able to do from all angles, and the followers, which is this autopilot. That is why we have come now to begin to pieces all these things to a layman to understand the deep point of what we are doing. Thank you for now.
Yeah, thank you for your support. We really appreciate the studio, but you were picking up and you've been able to lay a very good foundation for people to understand. All right, let us continue reading down so that we get assimilated and move on. I hope the write-up is coming out very clear on the screen, because when I'm reading, I'm not in the studio.
It's very perfect, very perfect.
All right, thank you. All right, by early November 1967, Nigerian government forces had pushed back the Biafrans and captured Enugu. George Thomas now called for a quick federal military government victory and recommended that the UK arms export policy towards Lagos be relaxed to ensure that outcome. All right, let's go down. On 20 November 1967, the cabinet agreed that such a federal military victory provided the best hope for an early end to the fight. Look at them, how they were making decisions against you. You are in far back Africa, and they are in far back Europe, Asia, and
this is
UK.
horrible. These are the kings of the earth. The Bible said that conspired against the children of God. So, and we're still talking about Obi. Sorry.
They sit down here to make decisions of how you are to be killed and pillaged and destroyed, all because of the interest of oil and gas. They say Labour Prime Minister Aaron Wilson's cabinet, which supplied large quantities of arms to the Nigerian government as it fought against and blockaded Biafra in the late 1960s. This was published from Richard Crossman paper to the arms supply. Following the month, Commonwealth Secretary George Thompson suggested that UK should agree to Gowon's shopping list for arms supply. He wrote, anything that we now do to assist the federal military government should help our oil companies to re-establish and expand their activities in Nigeria after the war and more. Generally, should help our commercial and political relationship with post-war. As a result, Britain supplied 36 armored personnel along with 2,000 machine guns for them, anti-tank guns, and 9 million rounds of ammunition. Dennis Healy, the defense secretary, wrote that he hoped these supplies will encourage the Nigerians to look to the United Kingdom for their future purchases of defense equipment. Do you see another agenda? They supply them that so that tomorrow they will be going to patronize them to be buying more while they are supplying to go and kill.
While black man is killing himself, he's sucking your oil.
Okay. They are making money on top of you, killing yourself, so that they can be able to pop up their own economy. Then you'll be killing yourself.
That is the agenda. Now Libya, you know, see what thing that happened for Libya.
Okay. That's why they decided to take out Gaddafi now, because they knew no one would have turned Africa to the Europe, the Qatar of Africa itself.
Sure.
By mid-1968, Britain had supplied 15 million rounds of ammunition, 21,000 mortar guns, 14,500 howitzer rounds, 1,950 rifles, with grenade launchers, 15,000 loops of explosives, 500 submachine guns, 4,000 rifles, and 4 helicopters. I just hope that they will not block this our broadcast. Because today we don't go.
But the most important thing is people who are present here, they should know something to eat, even if the block it is living in your mind. Thank you.
Yes, yes. These arms exports were secretly stepped up at a time when killings were being widely reported in the press. So they step up the supply so that they will kill more people for them to be able to wage their pocket with money. About 1,000 people of the Igbo ethnic group who predominated in Biafra were killed in Benin City by local people with the acquiescence of the federal government forces. The New York Review noted in December 1967. So when we say that the numbers of people that were killed were more than what you estimated, we are always correct, because that base was not. So every day, different publications of the newspaper, you get reviewed that other people were killed in social place that were not even published in the BBC and Premium Times publication. A further 700 Igbo males were lined up, shot in the town of Asaba. 1968, in January. The Observer, this one is different from the October, oh no, this one now is different from the October massacre of 7. Are Biafrans following us? This other massacre of Asaba here is different from the one of October 7. All right. The Observer reported at the time, according to eyewitnesses, the Nigerian commander ordered the execution of every male over the age of 10 in the town. When they gather everybody that is male, they fire 2 of them. And these are the same people that were singing in solidarity to see if they can calm down the storm. They were singing One Nigeria to see if they can temper justice with mercy and not kill them. But they shot at them. Humanitarian suffering, especially starvation, was severe as a result of the federal government's blockade of Biafra. Pictures of starving and malnourished children went around the world, and the Nigerian government was widely seen to be engaging in atrocities against civilians, including apparently indiscriminate airstrikes, which is happening today in Biafra land. And who are supplying them the weapons is the same in America. In an increasing brutal war. So when Blinken came out and was giving us a report of how they took part in the massacre, you have seen the trace. By the beginning of 1968, the British files referred to death of between 70,000 to 100,000 people in the war. And I say, this document that we are using here is a declassified information. But you will not see this 70,000 or 100,000 stipulated anywhere in every other publication. But this file that they brought out here now tells you that it was over 100,000. Between 68 to the Red Cross estimated around 600,000 refugees in BIAFRALAND and was trying to arrange supplies to meet needs. Now, estimated at around 30 tons a day, to tell you what was actually going on. Public and parliamentary pressure in Britain to halt arms export to Lagos was now rising. That means some of them were raising concerns for them to stop the supplies of ammunition to Nigeria. With 70 labor.
So, fellow Biafrans, this is the voice from the coast. And of course, this is how Britain slaughtered the Biafran people. They slaughtered 3 million Biafrans dead with the help of Europe and the Soviet Union to destroy the independence and freedom of Biafra. So today we want to restore Biafra. Even if we die doing it, we must restore Biafra. We are Biafran people. We are not Nigeria. We never subscribed to that fraudulent project of the British. The British created Nigeria because he wants to steal our oil and channel an underground pipeline from Nigeria to Britain, which he succeeded today. But today, Europe have started again. This is your enemy. Europe is your enemy. They want to dry you. They want to suck you dry, fellow African people. This is what our ancestors were fighting against, and they choose to starve us to death. But it is not going to end there because they thought it was over. Of course, those of us who have woken up from the coastal region where we stand our ground and we will fall to the last. Whether they release our leader or not, we will fight for what belongs to us. We will fight for our land. We will make sure we destroy the pipe that goes to between the world, Britain, the ones that goes to Niger, and the ones that the Europeans are channeling. The Europeans energy chairman is calling us, the owners of the gas and the oil is calling us militant. Europe is calling us militant because they want to take our oil. They want to take something that belongs to us, and they are calling the owners militants. This is unbelievable. That is why you must rise up wherever you are in the coast, any to service Nigeria. Anytime you support Nigeria, you are supporting your destruction. You are supporting those people who are stealing from you. Those who are stealing your oil and gas, you are supporting them. Those who slaughtered your children, those who put some of you in the cage and put them in museum in Belgium, in UK, in France, and in Germany, you are supporting them. You must rise up. If they want to do anything with you, let them come to you as a country of Biafra. This was the platform that our ancestors organized as a unilateral government in order to save our people. Britain and America and Europe connived together to destroy us. Since that time, they have marched their foot on the neck of Africa. They want to make sure you don't succeed. The pipeline going to Algeria and Morocco, and from there, it extends to Spain, has commenced long time ago. They are only bringing you the information now because the job is almost done. You must rise up against them. You must fight for what you believe in. You must fight for what belongs to you. You must fight for your inheritance. You must fight for your land. You must fight for your freedom. You must fight. Of course, you must rise up against these people. You must rise up against these people in millions. And I want you to share this video and share it accordingly, and make sure you understand all the terms and all the articles and items of this broadcast to make sure that you wake up, because you are about to be doomed the second time. The Bible said that affliction shall not rise again the second time, but affliction is about to rise again the second time if we don't rise up against it. With this, I say thank you, fellow Biafrans. God bless Biafraland. God bless Biafran people. God bless our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless our autopiloters. God bless Mazi Simon Ekpa. God bless Ejofo, Aloy Ejimako, and of course, our international attorney, and everybody working very hard to make sure that we restore Biafra and free and save humanity. Even if these people bring in nuclear materials to annihilate you, you must stand to the last man. And God will bless you. God will bless us. We will prevail. And Biafra will prevail, and we will have a good life, where we do not always have to go and seek asylum in the hands of the enemy, who will never ever let you be free, who will never ever give you asylum, who will keep your future in bondage. We must rise up. Fellow Africans, let us come together and stand tall and defend our land and our freedom. You must start saying no to any religious bigot, whether it be Islam or whatever. You must stand tall. You must stand for the African dream. Thank you for listening to the voice of the coast. Udo